So today we're going to be talking about Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 11, called Shattered. And this is our third part in the Siege of Mandalore arc, and the big feature for today's episode was we finally get to see Order 66 commence, with Ahsoka, Darth Maul, and Captain Rex being the main features for the episode. So, I think the first thing was kind of the climactic, or the cinematic climax to the Order 66 issue. Like, I don't know, the episode is kind of dark and depressing, and the music was really foreboding and kind of dreadful. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, we kind of all were expecting the same thing, and I think it paid off pretty well, and the lead up to it was pretty great.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about it, guys?
Oh, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I liked it. There wasn't as much action as the last episode.
Yeah,
which
definitely.
I think was a nice little, it was just a different episode. And the music, as you were saying, it felt like a horror movie to me, because we all knew what was about to happen, and it was like, oh my god, how is this gonna play out? What's about to happen? And it was crazy. So yeah, that was really cool.
The music was definitely suspenseful.
Yeah. No, another thing I liked following the episode, or the order of the episode, was how Rex resisted it. Like how he was shaking the helmet, like he knew what he was about to do, but he was a bit resistant. That kind of harkens back to how the before Disney came over and made it the clones betraying the Jedi microchip thing, that it was trained to them, and you know, some of them were kind of regretful, but they knew it was going to happen in the end. So that kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So even though Rex, he didn't want to do it after they just said they were friends and stuff, he still had to follow through with it. And yeah, I thought that was like, oh man, he doesn't want to do it. I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm glad they were able to show that. You guys have any thoughts?
I mean, it was heartbreaking to see Rex go through that. Like, you could tell, like, he's hardwired to do this. It wasn't his choice to make, but all he could muster was like, go find fives. And yeah. And yeah, it ended up saving Ahsoka's life, so. And his, really.
Yeah, true.
I also find it interesting how, like in Rebels, if you guys remember, when Rex was giving like his intro, like of how he is still alive in Rebels, and like how Kanan was like weary to trust him.
Sure.
He points to like where he removed his chip and said we all had a choice. But in this, it almost seems like
he did say
it wasn't his choice to make. Like, it wasn't him that removed the chip prior to it. Ahsoka kind of did it for him.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that wasn't exactly how I was expecting it to play out, but I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, now I thought Rex already had it out by the time this went down, so they were originally fighting the clones, like Ahsoka and Rex are fighting the clones at the start. So I thought it was kind of interesting to see that he was going after Ahsoka for a little while. And then he kind of changed sides pretty quickly once the chip was removed and all.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but I kind of like the droid scene where Ahsoka teamed up with the Astromechs. I thought it was kind of cute.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know it's kind of really different from like the really depressing episode, but I thought it was kind of nice. It just made me giggle and smile a little bit. I mean, they made the droids pretty cute, if you ask me.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, they're making too much noise. Like when she first woke them all up. But yeah, other than that, that was a kind of just relaxing scene.
Yeah.
From all the dark and depressing stuff that was happening. And also, while we were on the chip part,
Yeah, sure.
I kind of feel like it was too easy to get the chip out of Rex.
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you mean.
This complex brain surgery was done in like less than a minute.
Pretty much.
But that's like the only problem I had with the episode, though.
Well,
so.
yeah, just for continuity's sake, it had to go a little bit faster. Yeah, I mean, it was like a whole big thing, like, do we take it out of 5s in the Season 6 arc? So they just kind of popped it out of the Rex and moved on. I know what you mean. So, I think the next thing we should talk about is Maul. I'd say he had a pretty big influence on the episode. I still think it's kind of funny how he wants to keep teaming up with Ahsoka. Even after she rejected him.
Not really.
What do you mean?
I mean, Maul was just kind of on his own. Like, yeah, Ahsoka freed him, but like.
Well, no.
Ahsoka's
He offered to her again. You know?
Yeah,
They don't really
she
make
was
a
like,
team,
this does not mean we're teaming up.
Well,
Exactly.
maybe not
Just
team, but like just a... Not a team, but a truce of sorts, you know?
Yeah.
Just to work together. Now, I personally think for the next episode they're gonna have to team up. I mean, maybe they can like kill all the clones, then pilot the Venator. Because I'm gonna take Captain Rex's word that the escape pods were destroyed, so... I'm guessing for the next episode they're gonna have to commandeer the Venator and crash it on some planet.
They could take a shuttle.
Or yeah, they could do that too. Maybe leave Maul the Venator or something. I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool to see like Maul and Ahsoka not trying to kill each other for a little while.
Now that you mention it, I'm actually really hoping for that.
Yeah, like maybe I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool, but we'll have to see. And what about Maul's little rampage through the corridor? It was definitely like a Vader style from Rogue One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a little Easter egg, I think.
There's also more. I think there's another one Easter egg from Rogue One. With, like, I'm with the Force is with me.
Oh yes, that's
Shira Imwe.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
When Ahsoka was identifying the chip and Rex.
Yeah. So definitely a few Rogue One Easter eggs this week.
Okay, on the top of Easter eggs, there's another Easter egg when they're transporting Maul to the ship. There's Sabine's mother, Ursa, is the unmasked.
Yes.
Oh, that's who that was. Okay, I wasn't sure.
About that,
she looked
too.
kind of similar or familiar.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I was waiting for something relating to Sabine, and now that we're off Mandalore, I kind of forgot about that part. But yeah, I recognized her like right away, because I was literally looking for it the whole time.
Well, I'm kind of glad they didn't force the Rebel cameos and relationships into this arc. Like, you kind of had to figure it out for itself with, like, Garsax and popping in. And then also, Sabine and her heritage. Like, they didn't, like, directly... Oh, damn. They didn't directly, like, say, oh, it's me, hi. Like, you kind of had to infer it. I kind of like that. Yeah, I think they handled that pretty well. Alright, so I think we covered everything pretty major for Shattered. I think Order 66 was done pretty well and pretty thematical, I would say, and yeah, another great part 3 to this arc, and I'm excited and kind of a little sad that we're only getting one more episode, but yeah, there's no doubt in my mind it's gonna be a good finale. And any last thoughts?
I'm just excited for what's about to happen. Hopefully they make it something a little unexpected.
Yeah, we'll see.
We really have no trailer footage or of anything of what's about to happen. This is all unprecedented. Maybe we'll see some like Revenge of the Sith like kind of scenes or extra like kind of still continuing off of that. Like maybe we'll see Vader or something. Or...
That could be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Now they did render Vader in the Mortis arc, so they might be able to reuse that asset if they want to bring him back. But yeah, we'll have to see. And for next week's episode, it's actually coming out on May 4th, which is not the 8th, so it's coming out a bit earlier, not on Friday. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, I think with that, we'll call it good and see you next time.